His wife got hit by a dump truck and she was in a brand new Toyota and her airbags did not deploy it at all. So her
Well,
truck was demolished.
let me tell you, there's wrecks we've been on where their trucks or their vehicles have been demolished and their airbag should have came out and it didn't come out.
But it's on the company, not on the wreck.
Yes. So that just means like I had a car and I got a note in the mail, which they're supposed to do this with every vehicle. They're supposed to inspect the whole damn thing before they sell a car. And sometimes they don't do that. They'll tell you they did, but they didn't. I had to take my car back in because my airbags, what the hell is it called? There was something with my airbags. I had to take it in and get it fixed because my airbags didn't actually work. They're just there.
Yeah.
Now, also, you got to think, too, a lot of people turns their airbag stuff off. If you turn, every vehicle has a little switch thing, and you put a key in it, and you can turn it on or off, and that's for your airbags.
Right.
And a lot of people turns their off.
Well, see, like for my car that I have now, it has the indicator when somebody's sitting in the passenger seat, the airbag's on, but when there's nobody in the passenger seat, the airbag's off.
Yes, because there's a sensor under your seat that lets you know when someone's sitting there or not.
Yep.
Like in my car that I have, if there's nobody in the passenger seat, nothing happens, okay? But if I put my purse and I start putting stuff in that seat,
My car does that.
It'll start dinging because it's detecting there's somebody sitting in that seat. And it's really not nobody sitting in the seat.
Yeah, and I want you to put a seatbelt on it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's just like my dog. When she rides with me, I have to buckle the seatbelt because it constantly dings and I hate it.
Yeah, because it's detecting there's somebody sitting in it. That's why.
Yeah.
I got the photos. I screenshotted them to where you can see them.
So, when she rides, I buckle her up in the seatbelt and she stays in the
With my
seatbelt.
camera.
You know, if y'all can actually see where the line
Y'all
is,
turn the camera. Somebody turn the comments off.
I don't know how to do all that.
Barbie, you're a mod. Do you know how? Okay.
Okay, so where you got hit at, there's no sensor in that area for one. But if you look where your door is in between your passenger, not your passenger, your driver door and the back door, there's actually a sensor in that area. Now, if he would have hit you in that area, the airbags would have went off.
Okay. And then there's. I screenshotted them all real
If
quick.
you hit anything head on with your front, yeah, right there. You see where the panel is right there, where the seatbelt part is? That's where you have an airbag at. You have an airbag there as well, and there's also a sensor right there. The airbag actually goes across the window. But the area that he hit you in, though, there's no sensor right there at all for an airbag. Now, if he would have hit you more in the front, your airbag would have went off. Because you got to think, if you're driving and you hit somebody with your front end, your airbag usually deploys. Theirs will not, because you hit them from the back end with your front end. And your airbag will deploy, unless there's something wrong with your airbag and it just don't work.
See, he crinkled that motherfucker. Look at it.
He did. He bolted that shit right on in, right on top of your tire.
Yeah, and even my hood was lifted.
I mean, he hit you pretty hard. Like okay, look, the wreck that we went on yesterday. None of the airbags deployed in either one. She hit him. She was in the middle of the road. And she hit him.
But see, when he hit me, I didn't know this. When I took it to the auto place to get it fixed, he called me and he said, I gotta tell you something. I was like, oh fuck, my car's gonna be totaled out. I was like, what? And he was like, you know it busted your radiator?
Well, yeah, your radiator's right there in the front part area right there.
And I was like, it did what? And it over to that side that far?
Well, you got a big radiator. You got to think about it. It pretty much, not all vehicles, and I don't know about this one here, but usually your radiator is the whole entire front area right there. And plus, it's in that little area where you got hit at. So he hit you pretty hard to where it busted your shit.
No.
I'm surprised they didn't lift your hood and cut your batteries. Your battery cord. Or the cables, I'm sorry. Surprised they didn't cut the cables.
Shit.
But the wreck we went on yesterday, y'all, the woman, here, look, I can show y'all. Okay, so if you see right there, she hit him. She was in the middle of the road and she hit him on this side here. Now let me show you his vehicle. She hit him so hard on the side it fucking flipped him. And she hit him on the ass end. It turned him and flipped him.
Dang.
But no airbags were deployed at all.
That sucks.
You get me out of the big box now.
But that's what I was saying. That's what I was telling them just
And
now.
like where you got hit at is like the same area that she hit this person from, and she hit him on the backside. And all it did was, I mean, it flipped him.
Now, if you want.
It flipped him, but no airbags were deployed in her van or that Dodge. Neither
Wicked.
bags were deployed.
Move your head a second, Wicked.
Okay, do you see the bottom part of your car right there? The very bottom where you got that shit hanging down at?
Mm-hmm.
Your radiator's right up under that. That's where your radiator's at. Right up under it. And that's why one thing I'm surprised they did not cut your cable cords to your battery.
No, they didn't do none of that.
Anytime we go to a wreck, first thing we do is make sure the people are out of the vehicle. If not, we get them out. And in the process of getting them out, there's somebody in the front lifting up that hood and cutting the cable wires to the battery. That's why I'm very surprised they didn't do it.
Well, that's what I was saying to Renee and OG went in here a few minutes ago. Like, Kenzie wants this car. Like, I drive this car.
That car's been wrecked and airbags didn't deploy, but your airbags didn't deploy because you didn't get hit in the sensor.
And I said, well, what if I give it to her and she's in a major wreck that I was in and the airbags don't deploy and something happens to her? Then it's going to be a guilt on me.
Before you give her the car, you take the car down and have it looked at and make sure that the airbags are good, the sensors are good, make sure everything works on there. The only bad thing about it is the car has been wrecked. Once you wreck a car, and even though you get it fixed, you keep it, you get it fixed, that car is no longer worth the value anymore.
No.
So if y'all was to give it to her and she decides, hey, I'm going to get another vehicle and sell that one, and when they look up the blue book value on it, the price is going to be lower than what you ever paid for it. It goes down. When you wreck a vehicle, the blue book value goes down.
Yeah, I hadn't owned that car very long after I got hit. I didn't have that car maybe not even 2 months yet.
But Kenzie doesn't need a car like that to start out with. I'm just saying, she needs something different.
And I said, what if
I
the
think
airbags
that's going to be a
don't?
little too fast for her.
I said, what if the airbags don't come out and then something happens to her? Then I'm going to have to live with it for the rest of my life, knowing that I was in a car wreck and the airbags didn't deploy when I had it.
Well,
My daughter's gone.
Your airbags didn't deploy in your wreck is because of where you got hit at.
And now that if something happens to her and she's gone, then I'm going to have to live with that guilt forever.
It just depends on where you get hit at on your vehicle. If you get hit from the ass end, your airbags are not going to deploy.
I had this wreck 2 weeks later. The girl that comes to my house and stays here, Skyla, I grew up with her mother.
Yeah.
She was in a car wreck. Wasn't long after I was in a car wreck. I'll show you her car. They had to cut. Jaws of Life had to cut her out.
See, that's like when my husband was in the wreck in my red car. He was sitting at the red light first. There was a car behind, a truck behind him, another truck, and then the guy that caused the wreck was doing 85 while all three vehicles was stopped, and he rented all of them and pushed my husband out into the intersection.
Did his airbag deploy?
Everybody's airbag deployed but my car.
I'm telling y'all, from it, y'all need, when y'all get cars, if you go down and get a new car, even your car that you have now, after having it for so long, even if you ain't been in a wreck, you still need to take your car down to get it checked.
Yep.
Get your airbags, get your sensors, get everything checked to make sure they're still good. Every so often, you need to take your car down to get it done.
I'm going to send this picture to you in the chat.
Okay. Did you get, hold on. Did you get hit from the ass end?
Yeah, hold on a second. I'm going to send you the picture.
Because if he got hit on the ass end, that's why your airbags did not deploy. And look, the airbags deployed, didn't they?
Yep. All of them. The sides, the front, everything.
And where did she get hit at on the side?
Well, she had took her sister to school in Richmond. She was on her way back, so she used her GPS because she doesn't know her way back from Winchester to Richmond. So she was using her GPS on her phone. When she looked down, it was taking her the wrong way. And as soon as she looked down, a car was coming, and she clipped the car, and it flipped hers down into an embankment. She had a rod through her leg. They had to put a rod through her leg. Her glass right there that is cut, they had to come in that way and get her out because she was trapped in the driver's side. They had to bring her out through the window.
Well, whoever done that cut, they done a really good job, I'm going to tell you that.
And she had a rod through her leg when we went and seen her at the hospital. They put a rod through her leg. She broke her femur.
Yeah.
She broke her collarbone. She broke her leg. She broke her arm. She was laid up for a while in the hospital. She had to learn how to re-walk again.
Yeah, Matt had, did they put a, oh fuck, what is it called? Matt had one through his leg.
Blood, and then it had like a thing, like a base up on it or something. And had her leg up
She
in it.
flipped, right?
Huh?
She flipped?
Yeah, she flipped down in an embankment and hit a culvert.
Well, there's a sensor right there where all that white stuff is, or the tan looking stuff. You have a sensor in that area as well, up there at the top. But her airbag's deployed because she flipped. And she looked like she hit a lot of stuff. Like it looked like her whole car got. I gotta put more hot water in here.
It's been in the group chat.
That was her car.
Damn. Yeah, if her airbag didn't deploy, I would say there's something wrong with that.
And like at the time, like during this time, like she believed in like the crystals and all that stuff. She said as soon as I seen that what was going on and I felt it, she said I started praying, God be with me. Do not let me die in this car wreck. And she said, in best believe, she said, I quit my crystals and I picked up a Bible and I've been on a Bible ever since.